What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome to another Resplendent review, and today I'll be taking a look at Nina and I'll be going over the builds that you can run on her, and at the end I'll have a special bonus segment. So Nina is a Gen 2 bow infantry unit who does have Spy Song Bow as her preferred weapon, and this refine did happen like 2 years ago, so it's not the oldest and it's not the worst weapon ever. And Nina with the Resplendent stats can be fast enough, so she can definitely be used at higher max investment with her base 39 speed now, but still her attack is something more to be desired of as it's only base 34 and she doesn't really have attack or speed super boon. So Spy Song Bow is the preferred weapon that she's got, which gives her minus and special cooldown. It does have the Shining Bow effect where the foe does have defense more than or equal to foe's resistance plus 5, then she can deal plus 7 true damage per hit. So this is basically not giving like the full adaptive damage, but kind of just giving that with Shining Bow. They used to do that quite a lot, and now we have got Tanya with adaptive damage as a free-to-play unit. So we have definitely come a long way from where a 5-star logged unit like Nina used to get a weapon refine like this, and we have such a wonderful weapon refine on Tanya. So she does have a support partner condition, which is very reminiscent of her personal skill in Fate. So if she's within 3 spaces of any kind of 2 allies in a support partner pair, then she can get plus 6 to all of her stats and also heals up 5 HP per hit. So the healing is definitely pretty nice, and the extra stats she gets is also good. So that's why it's not the worst weapon, and it does work out with her character quite a bit. So you can use this weapon, but ultimately I feel like Arcane Nastrond is just a better bow and a superior weapon for her if you can provide her that weapon. Otherwise, this weapon can still work out at low investment, or if you're not going to be investing too much into her with a different weapon. And Whitecap Bow Plus is also an option because Nina is fast, so she can definitely make use of this. So Nina is ultimately going to be a unit that you invest in because you like her a lot, and not because she's like an insanely good unit, because we have so many infantry archers in the 3-star 4-star pool like Kiragi, like Dorothy, and also attire, who have amazing offensive stat spread, and they're just much easier to plus and merge and invest in compared to someone like Nina, who is still 5-star logged or at least appears in the 4-star special rate. If you're going to be running her with some of these skills that you can run from Divine Codes, then you can definitely run a build like this with Deadeye, Attack Speed Ideal, Null Follow-Up, and Attack Speed Oath 4. Now, having the minus and special cooldown is definitely the best part of her weapon because Deadeye becomes a 2 cooldown special, so you can definitely try and use that and basically run an offensive build. And if you want, you can also give her Whitecap Bow Plus because she does have the speed to make good use out of this, and you can just run Lull Speed Defense in her slot B, or even Lull Speed Defense 4 if you have access to it, and outsource the Null Follow-Up to someone with Infantry Null Follow-Up or Infantry Speed Tactic. So that way she's not going to be missing out on Null Follow-Up and still is going to be having the peak offenses that she can try and get with this Whitecap Bow build. But like I said, ultimately the best weapon for her at max investment is going to be Arcane Nastrond. So Arcane Nastrond does give you damage reduction on foe's first attack by 30%, and it also has plus 5 to all of these stats and gives you guaranteed follow-up attack. So even if you don't really run Null Follow-Up and if you're not able to outsource it, you can still at least bypass the follow-up negation effects with the guaranteed follow-up attack and being fast enough. And you can also get extra attack in the combat. So Arcane Nastrond, in my opinion, is the better weapon that you can try and run on her. So with Arcane Nastrond, you can actually run an attack speed finish and also run the tempo skill that is present in the Divine Codes. And Speed Smoke 4 is also something that you can run because she does have high enough speed to make use of Speed Smoke 4, so that is also going to be an option. And because of the tempo skill and the finish skill, you're going to be able to trigger Deadeye a lot easily and heal up HP with the finish skill, so she's not going to be missing out on the healing too much if you run the finish skill along with her Arcane Nastrond, unlike her Spy Song Bow, which does give her healing as well per hit. So that could also be run with this kind of build, but ultimately Arcane Nastrond I do feel like is the better weapon. And it also opens up more build options because you can run something like Remote Sparrow with Arcane Nastrond and stack up the damage reduction so that you've got 50% damage reduction on foe's first hit. And that's pretty good when Nina doesn't really have the highest defense. So you can try and run this build and get more damage reduction in the player phase, and this is definitely a more player phase oriented build. And finally, at max investment, you can actually run physical Null Follow-Up so that you can cut through the damage reduction even when you're not triggering Deadeye. And because you're running physical Null Follow-Up, obviously you don't have any kind of option of running a tempo skill. So that's why if you face a guard opponent and if they have damage reduction, then you're not really going to be triggering Deadeye. So having physical null follow-up as a max investment option is definitely pretty good. And if you do trigger your Deadeye, then the finish skill is going to be triggering for the true damage and also for the healing. So it is going to be the max investment build if you're a big Nina fan. Nina's weapon refine could definitely be improved for a bit of modern standard because, like I said, Tanya has got adaptive damage and Nina does not, so I would change her weapon refine a bit so that she does still have the -1 special cooldown weapon and can get +4 to all of her stats and actually does true damage based on 20% of her speed and also gets the adaptive damage. So it's basically an upgrade of Tanya in a sense because having 20% true damage based on her speed is a lot better than whatever true damage that she was getting before, and this is like the true adaptive damage and not just the shining bow effect. So it is going to be helping her tremendously in doing more damage to the lopsided defense opponents. And then I would still keep the 3 spaces within ally support pair condition and would give her +4 to all of her stats and also double the healing so that it's a lot more justifiable to have this kind of condition present in a weapon refine. So she can heal up 10 HP per hit, which is really amazing, and is going to be making her self-sustain really good. And then she can get 40% damage reduction on foe's first attack. So at the very least, Spy Song Bow is going to be like a side grade to Arcane Nastron, and if anything, it's going to be better than Arcane Nastron in many scenarios because of its adaptive damage. So let me know in the comments what you think about my re-refined Theorycraft for Nina, who doesn't really have the worst weapon refine ever, but still it could be improved for the modern standards. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about it. I'll be eager to hear that, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, then make sure to leave a like and a comment. Helps tremendously, and if you really enjoyed, you could always support me directly by using super thanks down below or by becoming a YouTube member. And for more FEH videos, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell because YouTube sub boxes are about as functional as Nina without a support pair with her weapon refine. So that's all. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.